morning, welcome back to Tangerine Alchemy. Today we're gonna do a reading. Just eating my breakfast, my little piece of bread right here, my little piece of pumpernickel swirl. Gosh. I'm trying to get myself set up. Let's get into the energy. All right, currently right now, the astrological forecast is Jupiter opposing Juno. Jupiter opposing Juno. Juno. I did a reel on Juno. There's the ATM reel. What else did we say about Juno? Feminine energy of what? God, I can't remember. It says aligned partnerships develop when growth and commitment are ready to meet. It says Juno and Capricorn opposing Jupiter in Cancer. Okay. Activates a moment of choosing relationships that support maturity and long-term growth. This energy can bring I hate that noise. This energy can bring this energy can bring clarity around who is truly ready to build something meaningful with you and who is actually not. It says you may feel called to align with the connections that encourage responsibility, emotional presence, and shared direction. At this time, partnership is less about comfort and more about mutual evolution. This opposition highlights the balance between emotional security and actual real-world commitment, okay? Reality, truth. Jupiter in Cancer expands the desire for belonging and care, while Juno in Capricorn asks for consistency and integrity. Relationships that grow now are now with those who are people who invest in each other's lives, their goals, and their true well-being. When chosen consciously, this energy supports partnerships that develop with depth, maturity, and lasting intention. And this is just about being in a relationship that grows with you. Oh my God, can you stop making those noises? They're really annoying me. Listen, that's not my boyfriend, that's my dog. But anyways, it says, basically this energy is just, it says some unions appear when growth and commitment are ready to meet. At 16 degrees, oh my God, at 16 degrees of Juno and Capricorn opposing Jupiter in Cancer, it's about truth in relationships, okay? And who fits your true future and who belongs in the past. Yes, okay, so we're looking for alignment. Capricorn's pretty structured. Capricorn's pretty they want to build something for the future. The Capricorn energy is about keeping structure, keeping momentum going, but it can also be about attachments to the earthly realm, to reality, but not true reality. I mean, they live in that reality, Capricorn. It's very earthy, it's very structured, it's very, I have to build something. This is my legacy. What can I create? So in relationships or anything in your life, your relationship with life, it's asking for you to develop a new partnership with your life. And not just think of this message as you and another person. Let's talk about different dynamics of self. Let's talk about your relationship with yourself, different aspects of yourself, the different facets of your personality, stuff like that. Why don't I remember who Juno is? Well, I'll see in a second. Need to figure that out though. Jitters! Welcome everybody back to Tangerine Alchemy. Who was Juno again? I already forget. In mythology and energy-wise. I know you. Sorry.
Juno, welcome back to Tangerine Alchemy. Juno is Rome's high queen, not a side goddess, not a background wife. She is the sovereign feminine force that guards vows, lineage, legitimacy, and the sanctity of the bond. She is the Roman counterpart of Hera, but Rome made her more structural. Less dramatic jealousy myth, more state power. Energy-wise, Juno governs marriage contracts, sacred partnership, women's authority, fertility and protection of mothers, the dignity of the feminine role within public life. She was part of the Capitoline triad with Jupiter and Minerva. That's king, queen, and strategist. Power trio, government level archetype. But here's the part people forget. Juno isn't just wife energy. She is threshold guardian of commitment. She watches the vows, she enforces the terms. She does not tolerate dishonor inside sacred agreements. In astrology, Juno represents where you demand reciprocity, where you bind legally or karmically. What kind of partner energy activates your sovereignty? Mythically, she is jealous because she is protector of sacred order. When vows are broken, she reacts. That's not pettiness, that's contract enforcement. Her symbols: peacock, visibility, pride, divine sight; crown, sovereignty; scepter, authority. If Juno energy is showing up in your field, the question isn't who is my husband, it's where am I being asked to uphold my own worth in agreement? Where do I require respect? Where must I stop accepting crumbs in contracts? She is imperial feminine, lawful, Greek unapologetic, not soft, structured. Now tell me, are we invoking her for partnership alchemy or sovereignty recalibration?
Well, we're bringing her into the equation because right now we have Jupiter opposing Juno and Juno and Capricorn opposing Juno and Capricorn opposing Jupiter in Cancer. Jesus Christ. And I have the Cancer card on the table. Let me roll this. And I just got the 6th house. Ooh. So these are all energies coming in. Please tell us about them. Relationship with self, relationship with everything, relationship with all the houses.
We are not playing small today. This is architectural astrology. You've got side Juno and Capricorn opposing Jupiter and Cancer, and you just rolled the 6th house. That's not random. That's a polarity axis. Let's decode this like ancient contract law, Juno and Capricorn. This is sacred contract under Saturn's microscope. Capricorn is law, hierarchy, structure, long-term consequence, authority. So Juno here says, if we bind properly. No vibes, only marriage. No fantasy agreements. This is paper, precedent, responsibility, partnership as legacy. Jupiter and Cancer.
Loyalty.
Now flip the axis.
True.
Jupiter and Cancer is emotional expansion, protection, nourishment, family. The home is a temple. Jupiter loves being in Cancer. It's exalted here, big-hearted, protective, generous. So we have structure versus softness, law versus nurture, public contract versus private care. Opposition means tension, but tension creates awareness. The 6th house drop. Now this is where it gets deliciously practical. The 6th house governs daily habits, work, service, health, routines, how you manage chaos. This tells me the question is not who loves me, it's how does commitment show up in the daily maintenance of life? Because 6th house energy doesn't care about grand gestures. It cares about who shows up every day, who does the labor, who tends the emotional soil. The axis translation, Juno and Capricorn. I require mature, structured, lawful commitment. Jupiter in Cancer, I expand through emotional safety and family. The tension, do structure and nurture align, or is one trying to override the other? And the 6th house says, show me the receipts in behavior. Show me consistency.
There we go.
Show me who does the dishes of destiny. This isn't romantic fluff. This is the emotional world supported by real structure. Is structure rooted in care or control? If you just got out of court and this spread shows up, that's cosmic irony with a clipboard. The bigger teaching, you are being recalibrated to require both. Emotional nourishment, Cancer Jupiter, and lawful, mature structure, Capricorn Juno. No more choosing one. Now tell me, is the Cancer card upright and glowing, or looking like it needs a nap?
Okay, that was a lot. It's really, I think the bigger teaching, are you being recalibrated to require both emotional nourishment and lawful mature structure? Emotional nourishment and lawful mature structure. Are you putting your roots in something that fucking matters? I think how I'm taking this and how that gave me a vision of an old dream that I had that I forgot about. Wow. Okay. Spirituality and religion. I feel like Spirit's asking you, anytime anyone's trying to dick you over, look to me, I will guide you. Don't be caught out there with the ruffles and the buffles. It gets rough out there. I think the true message today is requiring emotional nourishment from a true source within yourself and within Creator, and using that as your highest, what do you call it? Like, the highest standard of what you're going to allow. Your relationship with Creator, your relationship with your spirituality, your relationship with your religion, whatever you feel, whatever guides you and never betrays you. That should be your standard for your relationships, and that should be the standard for where you pull your virtues and, I don't know, kind of how you direct your life, because trust and faith is very important, and it allows this vulnerability to be had in your relationships, and it allows this pathway of authenticity to finally come in and say, hello, yes, I see you for who you actually are. I trust you. I will support you. And I think we're now looking, especially with the cycles that we just got out of it, with that cycle with Pisces, we've kind of been released from it, us mutables. But it's asking, who are you really at the center? And can I trust you? And do you have some sort of virtue system or backbone system that you pull from to keep you guided? Because if you don't, how am I supposed to have trust and faith in you? I think this isn't asking people to be in relationships, the message that I'm giving, with, I don't know, indoctrination being the nature of it. But if this is important to you, and I feel like it is, I feel like maybe you should set the standard, pact with Creator, pact with Spirit, pact with whatever guides you first, and then using the partner to be, I don't know, kind of figuring out with your guides and Creator, are we going to let this one in? Is this up to our standard? If it's not, Creator, what should we do? Spirit, what should we do? How do we get what we actually want out of life and work with Spirit? Ooh, this is going in a different way today. How do we really get what we want out of life while working with Spirit? All right, trust and faith, obviously, is first and foremost, because Spirit can go quiet sometimes. Sure can. Goodbye. And it's important that in those moments you realize, oh, here we go, on the bottom of the deck, wars and battles. And in those moments when you're being tested, I feel like it's just how you hold yourself when you don't have answers and you just don't have assurance of what's going on. All right, I gotta get out of this energy. It's kind of getting me all over the place. So we have Cancer on the table. Cancer's energy is motherly. It's motherly. It's nurturing. It's emotional. It's kind of crabby as well. There's Cancers. But damn do they feel, and damn are they great people. I'm thinking of the Cancer as a person. Just soft inside, emotionally. They want to nurture. They want to take care of something. They want to, I don't know, they kind of want to have this purpose for their depth. And they want it to be felt and appreciated and seen as well. Yeah. All right. I see the word pride. See mobile. Dreams. Ooh. Let's only do two, because these take a while to read. So your relationship with Spirit. We have silence on the table, and we have dreams. Silence and dreams. We were just talking about that silence, when Spirit goes silent. But is Spirit really silent? Because Spirit's talking to you in your damn dreams. And Spirit can just be another word as well if you're more on the logical side and more masculine energy. It can also be a psychological point or a framework. You don't have to make it spiritual, you know. These are all just concepts of the mind working with reality. Soul, body, and mind working with reality. So whatever archetype, whatever permission slip you need to give yourself to connect with these things, you know, you can give yourself whatever. But with this silence card, I'm seeing these little ghosties sleeping in the tree. So many of them, so many spirits asleep in the tree. Oh, but it looks so calm. It looks so, oh, I want to go to this forest. It looks so nice. I feel like this energy, silence, I see this big oak tree. He is a door. He is to be entered. It's very witchy in here. I don't know, I feel like this silence is either guarding something. He's looking up at the witches. Does he see the witches? I think he sees the witches. He's got candlesticks, but what's inside? What's inside that silence? What's hidden behind his walls? It's a mystery. It's a mystery. So I feel like we're going to enter these silent walls of the wandwood and see what Spirit has to say or reflect back to you today. Okay. Now, the issue is, you see, is that this book is all out of order. So you're going to have to listen to some silence. Boy, I look for it. But what's the other card? Dreams. Spirit relationship, Capricorn, Juno. Capricorn, Juno. Here's silence. It says the coven tree. Okay. I like this deck. All right, it says at the furthermost edge of Wandwood. At the furthermost edge of Wanwood, where the woodland gives way to the hedgerows and gently rolling hills of Witchedale, stands one of its best-loved trees, the Coven Tree, where Zortki spirits gather every night to sit, silently contemplating amongst soft flickering candlelight on its ancient branches. That is the first thing I noticed too. I said that looks very relaxing. With those other witches, oh my God, I could sleep up there for days. It could be like in an opium haze in that tree I see. It says, this is the Coven Tree. Okay, it says, now I appreciate it. It says, now I appreciate. It looks a little bit intimidating. Indeed, it is. Oh my God, why do they, the grammar's a little bit messed up and I'm really not good at English, so. It says, now I appreciate. It looks a bit intimidating. Indeed, it is hard not to get a case of the twizzles on the first sight, but its fierce looks are simply to warn away those who might not respect the sacred silence. It offers to creatures who come far and wide to seek it. And for me, it is one of the most spectacular sights in the woods. Asleep during the day, the Coven Tree wakes as the last of the setting sun gives way to night, opening the door in its trunk to allow, what's in there? Procession of black-hatted Zorky spirits. That's what's in those doors. And then they go up to the branches, they go up to the branches where they earn their contemplation. I know that is right. That's why I was like, oh, that looks so relaxing. That contemplation, I love it. Contemplation, taking time with contemplation in your spiritual journey, requiring you to sit with self and communicate with yourself and have spirit communicate through you with yourself, okay? That's why there's always that trinity, that body, mind, and spirit. You know, there has to be a three-way vacuum space for you to kind of look at it. So, and that's kind of where the spark and the soul resides. But this contemplation is where you communicate with your spirit and where you hear yourself and where you're honest with yourself. Is it an easy place to get to? I don't know. That depends on a lot of things. Okay. It says at dawn, as the first shafts of sunlight break over the distant hills, the procession silently descends as one. All right, 151. ADHD. At dawn, at the first shafts of sunlight break over distant hills, the procession silently descends as one Passing back through the doorway and ritual enacted every day. What the hell is that wording? It might be proper English, but I'm not used to speaking this way. At dawn, as the first shafts of sunlight break over distant hills, the procession silently descends as one passing back through the doorway in a ritual enacted every day for longer than any woodland creature can remember. What? The door closes and the coven tree sleeps. Now, I don't hear what you're saying. That's where their contemplation begins, it said. And at dawn, when the sunlight breaks over the fucking hills, those fucking witches come out. They descend one by one through the doorway in a ritual enacted for a period. No, they were trying to say this is a ritual that they've done for a long period of time. And the way that they said it was god-awful. Jesus. Oh, it says the door closes and the coven tree sleeps. It says now we're here to discover the secrets. And in such a tranquil place, there doesn't seem to be any. At first sight, everything seems rather obvious. The ancient tree providing a spectacular sacred place to simply just lose yourself in your own thoughts. I'm telling you, I keep feeling like opium den keeps coming up. Like, this is the energy of just, being warm. I'm an ex-addict, but they're kind of giving me this feeling, and I'm like, damn. But no, I would never. No, I would never. Trust me if I trust you. See, you talk to each other. It just comes out, okay? It says, now we're here to discover the secrets. And in such a tranquil place, there doesn't seem to be any. At first sight, everything seems rather obvious. The ancient tree providing a spectacular sacred place to simply lose yourself in your own thoughts. Indeed, I defy anyone not close to your eyes and do the same. Such is the magical power of this tree and its attendant spirits. It says, however, there is more going on here than first meets the eye. The longer you sit by the tree, the more you discover the spectacular pleasure of simply being in silence amongst others. Neither the spirits nor the tree will ever talk to you. No questions are asked and no answers sought after. And yet somehow there's a magical intimacy at work. The crumlush privilege of being absolutely at one in the silence with others. Other creatures will come and go, staying for as long as they need, without a single nod or word being said. Yet in the most magical way, everything has been said. The purest, simplest acknowledgement of being with one another in silence, truly connected in one crumlush experience. And after, I then returned to my cottage. Yeah, they kind of put me in this energy, filled with the experience and ready to tackle whatever fate and the day has in store for me, knowing the coven tree will always be there, waiting without judgment in the welcoming silence. Oh, this is a state. This is a place they'll take you to. It says, find your coven tree, and know that sometimes simply being amongst others is enough, for even in silence, we are all connected on a magical journey. And that's that hero with 1,000 faces energy I'm feeling. That's that you can put the face of spirituality on it and give it this frequency and energy of God. Or when you're more personal, you can call it spirit. If you're looking for maybe a version of yourself, like my version, I pulled to Hecate. Of course, that intelligence, that creation, that archetype has a frequency and a purpose, a defined, legitimate, creative purpose from Creator to work in certain dynamics in certain areas. It's assigned its own specific area to control. So when you call in these archetypes or you use them to express or understand creation intelligence outside of you working in the same experience of reality with you in different ways, you kind of see beyond the veil. There's like a liminal realm, and it can happen through synchronicity, but spirit will always talk to you. But this, what they're talking about, well, like synchronicity for me is clues, symbolic language that you make with yourself. You tell by your intuition when you see something and it holds a little bit more weight in the room than something else, just by glance. Something pulls you to it. Your mind is kind of mapping these keys and these symbols that you will then create some sort of like library, encyclopedia, like a book for yourself of signs, of symbols that have symbolic meaning towards you and certain people, places, things, and things in your life. You assign them, and then unconsciously, sort of, with an outside part of creation. Sometimes you can mix up the symbols. If it creates anxiety, if it makes you wonder, no, don't go there. No. Leave it be, they said. Leave it be. Okay, silence. But anyways, with synchronicity, you can use that to help guide you along by creating your own symbolic framework and narrative with creator, with spirit, with whatever you call it to be. So you can map out some sort of silent language with creation, with whatever's speaking back to you. It's yours to create. No one can give you the symbols. You create them yourself. There can be guides that help you get to that space, but at the end of the day, you have to trust your symbols, and the wheel turns around with your trust and faith, with the symbology that you create and how well you react to it and how well you hear it. Okay, your acknowledgement has to be had for it to work back with you. If you don't believe, if you don't trust those little coincidences, and put a little bit more weight and meaning behind them, once you give the weight and the meaning behind it, it starts to take on a life of its own. It can start to react with you more, but if you cut off belief, it will not. Okay, for synchronicity. It doesn't have to be spiritual. It can be plain Jane. It's just interact with me, it's saying. Interact with me. Can you interact with me? Hello, hello, hello. Earth to human, earth to human. I'm ready to work with you. Earth to human, I'm ready to work with you. That's kind of what I'm hearing. Not goodbye. Sorry, maybe Ouija board. Yes, hello. Oh, maybe they're coming to you in your dreams. Maybe they're coming to you in your dreams and speaking to you. All right, so we did silence. Spirit's trying to communicate with you, I think. I think that's what this whole thing is about. Relationship to yourself, relationship with facets of other versions of yourself. The Capricorn is asking you to create some sort of structure in place. Something like actually legitimate in time and space and in your mind, where you can have this highway of communication with you and spirit. And then outwardly, it will start to reflect in your relationships with everything else in your life, I'm hearing. Okay? The highway is on, I'm hearing. And then we have dreams coming in. And this little buddy, he looks comfortable as hell. He's got his, he just seems like he's clean. He's very organized. He prepares. He's got great friends and allies in the forest. I don't know. He looks like he is content when he sleeps at night. He looks happy. And, I feel like the other creatures around this owl in his sleep enjoy being by him too, because it just gives a sense of, I like being near you. You feel safe. You feel comfortable. I trust you. Trust and faith. Trust and faith is so important. Trust and faith is so important in these wars and battles, which somehow got turned upside down now. I love that. And that's the astrological forecast. And here we got baby on the card. Or baby on the bottom of the deck. This is for flipping back and forth. Wars and battles and baby. I kept flipping back and forth. What do you choose? What do you choose? Hecate says, you better make the right choice at the crossroads. What do you choose? Hello. Yellow. Let's give the dreams. Before I go the dreams, though, I'm going to get some keywords, but I better find it right now before my ADD gets the best of me. Oh my god, I wanted to, like, sing. I, like, heard a line in my head. I ain't a musician. Shut up. See? Dreams. Oh, maybe I'm reacting a dream. That light just turned off. Maybe I'm reacting a dream right now. The lights are on. No one's home. Hey, channeling. Alright, Jillian, seriously. Alright, we gotta find dreams. Help me find dreams. Help me find my dream. Help me find my calling. Help me breathe. Help me find my bond. Help me be surprised. Help me be more witchy. Oh my god. Help me find a companion. Help me have contentment. Help me make good decisions. Dreams. The underground owl. Alright, 74. We're 75. Oh dear. Oh dear. Here it is right there. Okay, good. ADD. I'm always in the background of my mind saying, hold on to that thought. I don't know what's coming through me today. I'm acting goofy. Maybe we're in the Wanwood Forest. Maybe. Forget about the cares of the days. Let's go underground with Underground Owl. It says, meet Creus the owl, or not. If it's not, no, I didn't say that. It says meet Croesus the owl. Croesus. It don't matter. Meet Croesus, this little guy owl. It says or not. If it's during the winter, when you be extremely lucky to even catch the oddliest glimpse of him. For while his fellow owls mostly settle themselves in their roosts, Creus has found his own uniquely unorthodox way to pass the time, hibernating deeply in his own crumb-lush burrow, warmed by a slowly burning stove whose small chimney, breaking the surface, is the only clue that there's anything even underneath the surface. That's what I was saying. I was saying, this looks comfortable as hell. That looks really comfortable. And I would really like to go there and hang out with his crumb-lush self. Like, he's got his little hand on his belly, like, you know, it does look cozy. It's so inviting. It's so inviting. All right, as soon as the first snowflakes fall, he makes his way carefully down to his winter home and burrows and lights the fire, pulls on some blankets, and drifts into contented niffer-duggles. Niffer-duggles, that's what it really says, because the person that wrote this, husband and wife, they're comedians, so they're cute. Says, all well and good, you may say, but where is the secret wisdom in an owl deciding to hibernate in the ground? That is true. I was wondering that too. That didn't seem about right. Surely it's his choice when where he decides to spend the winter, and that's what I was thinking too. I said, let me give him, you know, I'm not going to interrupt him. I won't. It seems like me coming in there might burst, you know, there's no one like making too much noise. This owl, he's like deep in peace. It says, and you'd be right. Where an owl spends any of his or her time is entirely their own affair. Yes, it's none of your business. Only a colodibus would suggest otherwise. God, I hate a colodibus. Yet as the only hibernating owl in Wanwood, the obvious question to ask is why? That was what I was wondering. Why? Says, but herein lies the problem. It's none of our business in here. I've been telling myself that for like a week and a half. It keeps coming in my head. It's none of your business. You know? And then it says, but herein lies the problem. As Creus will either be niffer-duggling underground or flying free in the woods for the rest of the year. However, thanks to a chance encounter, many moon turns ago, I finally managed to ask him the same question, saving you many fruitless hours trying to track him down. So this is what he told him. Oh, good. We're going to get the inside voice. Okay, it says, for me, winter's the most magical season, a chance to slow down, rest, and dream, responding to the guidance nature gives us in the shorter days and the longer nights. It is a time to do less, to hunker down and restore our energies. And when we truly allow ourselves to just do that, we dream. And within those dreams are the seeds of so many sestaculous and incredibly ideas, plans for our futures, new experiences that we all wish to try, places we have yet to visit, and so much more. So when I wake in the spring, he said, I am rested and ready to face the year ahead, keen to turn those dreams into reality. Oh, he's visualizing. He's dreaming of a future that he wants while he gets his rest and reprieve and his silence. Oh, he's really working with spirit. He's really having trust and faith in himself. We love that. We love that. It says, it is advice I've always followed. Not that I hibernate, preferring instead to use the winter months to slow right down in my own way, letting my mind wander wherever it needs to go, content that come the spring, I shall feel energized and incredibly set to put into place whatever plans that are ready to be in magical motion. It says there's a reason why nature rests in winter, and it's a wise, magical hare who follows her example. Next winter, be more curious. It says make sure you allow yourself to dream, as dreams are the seeds you plant for your future. Yes. Today's message was quite all over the place. We came in with an astrological forecast. I'm sorry, I have to get to work. My ADD is like, all right, too much reading, too much focusing. It's time to, I didn't even eat my breakfast. We came in with realizing over here. And if you want to check it out, go to planetaryOracle.333, his page. He always has this shit up there. If we're closing, ADD Jillian, just take it to the end. Just use a closing line. Oh my God. The opposition highlights the balance between emotional security and real world commitment. So pulling into your real world commitment. That was a mirror moment. Jupiter in Cancer expands the desire for belonging and care. Jupiter in Cancer expands the desire for belonging and care. And while Juno in Capricorn asks us for consistency and integrity, relationships that grow now are those with people who actually invest in each other's lives and goals and well-being. So choose yourself, choose spirit, and choose intention, dreams, and inspiration. We got a baby over here, meaning something will be born for it. Something will be born from it, okay? And let the wars and battles of past days ease your cares away. Because, honey, mama, you're coming home, okay? All right, that's my reading for today. Leave me alone.